Again, a guy that was a trustee up there that was removed by the business manager the past few months, Joe Eitry.
Where was this 9 years ago? We should have did it then. And we're doing it now, and I'm looking around the room, I see the painters, the tapers, the custodians, the sign display, the glazers, everybody together. Everybody together, finally. And what got everybody together? A divider. A guy that tried to use us all against each other for his own ends and the ends of his family. Here's my man over here. You're right, brother. I'm just going to tell two little quick stories. The first one thing I learned from Joe Giuliano. It's all about the members. You don't lie, you do the right thing, you take care of the membership, and the rest will take care of itself.
Jeff Sullivan was a guy that always asked the right questions. He's a guy that can bring people together, as we see here this evening. One thing I can tell you about Jeff Sullivan, he's been an elected building trades president of two building trades, the North Shore and the Merrimack Valley. That's unheard of. Elected. Absolutely. Elected. And that's elected by his peers. Those positions are elected by other business agents throughout the building trades. He's a guy that's brought over $1 billion worth of work to this district council since he's taken over those two building trades councils. $1 billion. He's a no-nonsense, get-it-done guy. He has no problem sitting with people from the top up or the bottom, the top down, the bottom up. This is the type of leader that we need up there. This is the type of leader that's going to bring this council back together. No further ado. No further ado. I'd like to introduce the next business manager, secretary, treasurer, District Council 35, Jeff Sullivan.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul. I especially want to thank Paul Canning. Paul Canning, who you just heard earlier, was fired. And I want to thank him because he was fired because he supported me. But not only did he support me, he supported everybody in this room. Because he knows that it's time for a change. It's time to get rid of all this negative crap. We are not going to run a negative campaign here. We're going to run a positive campaign. And when we take this council back over, we're going to make changes. Changes that are going to benefit each and every one of you and your families. Because that's what we're all about. I've been a business rep now for 19 years. The only thing that I care about is the members and their families. And I will work as hard as I can to achieve anything I can to improve their way of life. So while he's spending his time on negative campaigns and not telling you what he's going to do for you, and he's waiting for me to tell you what I'm going to do for you, which I'm not going to do right now. I'm going to let him wait. We're going to make a lot of changes. There's things that have to be done with our health insurance. There's things that have to be done with our pension. But until we're back in as trustees, we're not going to be able to achieve any of those things. Because as you heard here tonight, all your elected guys have been removed, except for his cousin, Paul McLean. That's the only elected trustee you have on that board right now. So what's that mean?
He wasn't elected. He was appointed.
Anytime an issue comes up that's going to be questioned, like we did, he'll just remove that appointed person, like he removed Paul Canning. So anytime we want to get something done, you're not going to get it done. Not until he's gone. He told us at a union meeting, somebody asked him, what was the reason that you eliminated all those elected business reps as trustees? You know what he said? They questioned me on raising the pension. See, we wanted to raise the pension. The money was there at the time. The money that you put in was there. And you know what he wanted to do? He wanted to save it for this election. And you know what that does? That screws the guys that have put the money in there that were going to go and retire because they got the lower rate instead of the higher rate, and now that money's gone. Save your pension? He's going to tell me how he's going to save your pension, dealing with it like that. It's his way or the highway, and that's the way it is at that council right now. He can take us and put us anywhere he wants, and he's done that. He had me up on the Kangamangas Highway checking out signs. And it was in the fall, so it wasn't that bad. This is the type of leadership we have right now. They've been buying clothing like you wouldn't believe. Over $50,000 in t-shirts and sweatshirts already. $50,000. With your money. Your money. Your dues money. Yet he showed up and they're hand delivering. Your organizers are out there that you're paying for. They're not out getting your jobs right now. They're hand delivering t-shirts and sweatshirts. It's ridiculous. It's out of hand. He is spending money like it's going out of style. And it's time, and if we don't do it now, we have the opportunity in front of us right now to do the right thing. But we need to get out onto the job sites. We need to talk to the members. We need to talk to the younger members. They were afraid to come here tonight. I was getting phone calls all the way here from members telling me that they got phone calls and were threatened. Where the hell are we? Where a guy can't put his hat in the ring and decide to run. Is this still a democracy or what? So we need to get rid of the dictatorship. He would have been successful. He would have been successful in his quest to a dictatorship as he was starting to remove agents one by one. But we stood up and we stopped him. He went after Chuck Vogel and we stopped him. You know, I was getting tired of members losing faith in me. And that's the honest to God truth. I had members saying to me, it doesn't really matter anymore. I would ask them, why don't you go to your union meetings? It doesn't matter anymore. We got to make it matter. We got to bring them back. We got to go to our union meetings. We've got to talk about the issues, and you have to demand to be heard. And we, as elected officials, have to listen, because that's what you pay us to do. We work for you. And it's time for a change. And I hope you're there. I thank you all for coming out tonight. Thanks a lot.